And now, it's time for another episode with the two brothers who ice fish from the same hole, who have kicked the same field goals, and who will have you laughing from start to finish. Bringing you the sports, music, and entertainment straight from their Eskimo hut. It's the Eskimo Brothers Podcast.
Seawall to strike away. Here he comes. Cave, a fly ball to right field. Over is Carroll. He's got it. And the Arizona Diamondbacks are headed to the World Series. The Diamondbacks have won the National League pennant. Grounder to second. 2 years removed from losing 100. The Rangers have won the pennant.
Woo! Hey there, everybody. Welcome in to the Eskimo Brothers Podcast. Woo! Well, this is not an episode number. This is the actual special edition World Series 2023 preview episode that we're laying down on you this week because of, well, our team, the Texas Rangers, are in the fucking World Series.
Yeah, it's shocking, actually. It's been 12 years. 12
fucking years.
And, hey, man, I said before the season this wasn't probably not a playoff team. And then even when we made the playoffs, I said it's probably not a World Series team. Thanks, Rangers and Bruce Bochy and Chris Young, for making me eat those words.
Absolutely.
I love you so much.
Yeah.
I'm pumped. I mean, this is great.
Yeah, so we decided that, this is a Thursday that we're recording before our Thursday night football stream, so we're doing that as well, of course.
Yeah, you get a double shot. We're going to do it twice tonight, baby.
Yeah, that's right. And twice this week on the audio.
That's true.
So, yeah, welcome into the World Series preview. And if you're on a YouTube live with us, hello out there. Thanks for joining. I wasn't sure that we were going to do this on video, but we were like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah, might as well.
Yeah, just in case the expert knowledge comes out of both of us, which is definitely always there.
It is.
Don't question us. All right.
I mean, we called it. We've called the ALCS.
And we did.
That was going to be the Houston.
Actually, we did our playoff picks before the DS series on both sides. Actually, our AL was pretty close. We just picked the Twins to beat the Astros.
Right.
Because we don't like the Astros.
Yeah, I'm not picking Astros in anything.
I should have picked them, though, for the Texas ALCS that we did get. But whatever. We were damn close. We were totally swung and missed on the National League.
Yeah.
Which everybody did.
Yeah, everybody thought the Braves was a guaranteed winner there. So.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. So, yes, the World Series is set. It is the Arizona Diamondbacks versus the Texas Rangers, a World Series that no one in their right mind could have thought before the season or right at the start of the season.
Yeah, two wildcard teams. Rangers won 90 games. Arizona won 84. So they barely got in.
Yeah, exactly.
And so I like it, though. I think it's interesting. I've seen a lot of hate out there about it because people want to see the best teams in there. Well, when you play the playoffs, the best teams win.
Yeah, that's the expanded playoffs of the Major League.
Yeah.
I mean, this is what happens.
It would have sucked if it was Philly and Houston again. That's what I hate. I don't want to see the same teams all the time in the fucking championship game. We saw that last year, Houston and Philly. So.
Yeah. I mean, we have the two best teams playing for the World Series.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Happens all the time in other sports. You just got to get in.
Right.
And then start playing your best game at that point.
Exactly.
And what matters is your players execute and your manager pushes the right buttons in baseball.
Exactly.
Which is major league pitching, basically, like running your bullpen.
Right.
Managing that. And then your roster, making it the right lineup.
Guys stepping up at the right time, all that kind of stuff. There's so many factors when it comes to postseason.
Yeah.
It's a different atmosphere. It's a different level of play.
Mm-hmm.
If once you get in there, like we've always said, once you get to the playoffs, anything can happen. You can get hot at the right time. And, yeah, I love it. I love that, though. Like, I mean,
it was before, in 2010, before the wild card where we got in because we won our division and
right.
Nobody thought we were going to go that far. Mm-hmm. We didn't even think that. It was a kind of shock.
Right, exactly.
You know? So anyways, yes. So like I said, 2 wild card teams made it all the way. You know, before the season, me and Leaf thought this team was, you know, as far as the Rangers go, I'm talking about the Texas Rangers. We thought, okay, they're taking steps in the right direction to turn this ship around and move towards building a playoff roster, a playoff team.
Yeah, and Chris Young started that the year before with the Seager and Simeon signing. So we're like, all right, we get it. Okay, he's starting to make steps here. And then this year, you know, started making a little bit more moves that way towards that. And then
pitching.
You know, yeah.
Address pitching. Went out and got the best pitcher on the market, Jacob deGrom. Nathan Eovaldi, Andrew Haney. Like, they revamped the rotation, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
And then, of course, you know, we like you said, Seager Simeon the year before. And so it looked like, okay, shit, dude, this team's moving in the right direction. Like, we've always wanted the Texas Rangers to address pitching, and they finally did. Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, we got DeGrom for 6 starts, and he's gone for the year, and probably half of the year next year. And then, you know, they stepped up again at the trade deadline, went out, got Max Scherzer, Jordan Montgomery, Chris Stratton, more pitching. Two top-of-the-line starters. No, and, you know, whenever we traded for Jordan Montgomery, nobody was like, oh, God, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, he's turned out to be the reason we're here.
Exactly.
One of the reasons we're here.
Yeah, he's had a hell of a postseason.
Yes. And Max is back, and he's made 2 starts since coming back from being injured, 2 starts in the ALCS. The first one, obviously, you know, it didn't go too well. The second one, he looked better. Bochy was Game 7 though, so Bochy had him on a very short leash because, you know, he's not afraid to you know, it's Game 7, bro. Like, you can't fuck around.
I mean, you got everybody available, so
yeah, exactly.
You don't leave a guy in there too long to get lit up. You know, obviously.
Mm-hmm. So Jordan Montgomery comes in and pitches like 2 1/3 in Game 7 on short rest. It was basically his bullpen day, so he just didn't throw a bullpen. He was like, I'm available out of the pen.
Yeah.
Okay, so. They moved in the right direction, and here we are, the fastest turnaround ever from losing 102 games 2 years ago, 94 last year, winning 90 this year, and then here we are going to the World Series, and it's like the fastest. Like, never in a million years did I think that they would, you know, because they got all that pitching. We're going to the World Series.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't think that. I was like, we're definitely going to be better, but you know. Never in a million years. Now, I wish I would have placed the futures bet. They were like plus 5,000 before the season to like win the World Series.
2% chance of them winning the World Series when the season started. Yeah. So, and I would have agreed with that.
Of course.
You know? And then when DeGrom went down, I was like, well, and the funny thing about that was DeGrom went down, we still kept winning.
Yeah.
And so then I was like, okay, then we were both like, is Chris Young going to do this? Or are we going to? And he did. Obviously, he did. Just like Sam said, he went out and got Scherzer and Montgomery and some more pitching. And so we went for it. And then, of course, there were slumps here and there. And then we didn't get the division. We were right there neck and neck for the division. We slipped out of the division lead towards the end of the year. And then we got
162.
Yeah, games 162, exactly.
Yeah.
And then we got into the wild card. Nobody had Rangers winning in Tampa Bay at all. Went out there, swept them. Then we had to go to Baltimore. Nobody had us winning anything above Baltimore. Swept them. And then then ALCS was a dogfight, and we knew it was going to be.
Oh yeah.
And shit, here we are, man. It's crazy. 12 years later.
12 years later, back in the World Series, and credit massively. By the way, just want to say, I know that like Leaf said, the Rangers had their slump in the season, which is going to happen. The season's so long; it's 6 months long, man.
Yeah,
and so that's going to happen. So, but just remember out there, if you were one of the ones in July and August that were like, "Fuck this team, this bullpen blows," blah blah blah, I'm done with this team and all that. Well, just remember that baseball is long. And They can come out of it. The Rangers did. And, for all the bullpen troubles the Rangers have had all year long, they've been pretty fucking solid in the postseason.
Yeah, that's what it's been. That's when it's counted, which is great. I was hoping that something would change, man.
Unless your name is Aroldis Chapman.
Yeah, yeah, that guy. I don't know what the fuck happened with him. He was lights out when we first got him.
Yeah, he was.
And then something happened, and he can't throw strikes anymore. But anyway.
Well, let's just see. So as far as, and by the way, this is not going to be just all about the Rangers. Just saying, this is the World Series preview. So as far as the Arizona Diamondbacks, they're kind of a Cinderella story.
Yeah, they are.
Because, like you said, they only won 84 games in the year, so they barely snuck in as a wild card. And then they went out. Nobody had them winning their wild card game. Nobody had them winning their NLDS, NLCS. For sure, everybody was like, Phillies are going to roll them, dude.
Right.
It's over. They beat the Dodgers, the Phillies, and nobody had them just the same as us. Nobody thought they were going to do shit, dude.
Right.
And, I'm not overlooking as far as the Diamondbacks go, you cannot overlook the Diamondbacks as a team. You can't, because they're very solid, and they have a very solid rotation, and their bullpen is very good.
Right.
So, don't overlook them. They have, as far as the Diamondbacks go, Corbin Carroll is their right fielder. He's a rookie. Mm-hmm. He's a 23-year-old rookie this year, probably, like you mentioned, in the talks, if not going to be the National League Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, probably. I know he was the favorite pretty much all year long.
Yeah, and he came up the year before and played like 30 games or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then this year was his first full year.
Right. And it's like a Josh Young type situation,
Right.
Yep.
And like I mentioned to Leaf, I just want to mention this real quick. Before the season, the Diamondbacks signed Corbin Carroll for 8 years, like $111 million. So I just want to throw that out there that I did speak that the Rangers might do that with Evan Carter.
We'll see, man.
Okay. But Corbin Carroll was very good all year. He kind of disappeared a little bit in the playoffs, but then that Game 7 the other night, he lit the Phillies up, dude.
Yeah.
Ketel Marte, their second baseman, was the NLCS MVP. He's had a hell of a postseason.
Yeah, dude. He's on like some record-breaking hit streak right through the postseason or something like that.
He has had a hell of a season. Their catcher, Gabriel Moreno, is very good. He's right there on Himes level. He's very, very good. And then, of course, their DH, bro. Remember this name? Their DH? Evan Longoria.
Yeah, I do.
He's not doing so hot this postseason, but that's their DH.
Right.
Their first baseman, Christian Walker, has not had a good postseason. But during the regular season, that guy had like 34 bombs or something like that. So, bottom line is, I'm just throwing it out there that the you cannot overlook the Arizona Diamondbacks.
No, they seem like a scrappy team, man.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Rangers, bro.
I'll say the Rangers are probably a better offense, but the Diamondbacks are like a more, like everybody does it all together.
Right.
Whereas, like, I'm not saying the Rangers haven't had that, but Adolis Garcia kind of owned the Astros in Game 6 and 7. It kind of was like, we don't need nobody else. Adolis Garcia's got this.
Yeah, just get on my back, guys.
Yeah. 15 RBIs in one series.
Yeah.
By the way, that's a record. The most ever in history.
Yeah, that's great.
In a postseason.
Yep. Thank God for that guy.
In a postseason series. Yeah, no shit. I'm just saying, you cannot overlook, like, I know that a lot of people may think that, like, okay, we've got this because it's the Diamondbacks and they're not supposed to be here and all that. No.
Yeah.
No.
Now,
They've got some good pitching and some good hitting, dude.
Now, I did say I would rather face the Diamondbacks, because we clinched one day before they did. And so we had no idea if it was going to be Phillies or Diamondbacks. When I was sitting there watching that game, I was like, man, I would rather play the Diamondbacks than the Phillies, because the Phillies lineup's pretty fucking stacked.
Yeah.
But then
we swept them, though, in the opening series of the year.
That's true. And then I was watching the Diamondbacks, I was like, man, these guys are pretty fucking good, dude. Like, I'm not comfortable at all going into the series, because this is a World Series. I mean,
yeah.
So, and I mean, they deserve to be there, because they played their ass off this whole postseason just like we did. So,
well, watch out for the Arizona Diamondbacks stealing bases and base running. They do all the little things very fucking good, dude. Like Torey Lovello, their manager, is a very good manager. He's been their manager for like fucking 6 or 7 years, I think.
Yeah.
He is very, very fucking good, dude. He's a great manager. So just keep an eye out on that. Their base running is very good. They'll try to steal a lot. So Jonah Heim is going to have to be on his game with that. I mean, he's one of the best as far as getting runners and stealing. I think he was like 4th or 5th best in the league this year of catching runners trying to steal.
Mm-hmm.
So just watch out for that. And I mean, in the regular season, we played them 4 times and they beat us 3.
Yeah.
So, it's not going to be a fucking layup by any means.
It's not a cakewalk at all, dude. Our pitching just needs to be lights out like it has been, starting pitching, and then bullpen needs to come out and do what they do. And I don't know, man. Yeah, it's our offense needs to stay hot for sure because their pitching is insane.
Yeah, so you have basically their two best pitchers, Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen. Gallen's getting game 1.
Yeah.
I assume Kelly's going to go game 2. And then Brandon Pfaadt is also really good.
Yeah, he is.
He's had a good postseason. So, they've got good pitching. And kept, by the way, out of the bullpen, Kevin Ginkel, he hasn't given up a run this postseason.
Mm-hmm.
And then Seawald has not either. And he's kind of taken over their closer role. So he hasn't given up a run. And so, yeah, I mean, they could shut you down. I mean, that's the truth.
That's what scares me with the Rangers because they're a pretty aggressive team.
Yeah.
And like we've said, I'd like to see them work counts a little bit more and like make these guys throw a lot of pitches. I think that's how you'll get to them. But who knows, man? Because, I mean, they're pretty aggressive and they're still pretty hot. I don't know if these 3 days off that we've gotten is going to cool it down or any. I hope not. They need to come out swinging, but at least be smart about it. Like I said, just pick your pitch. Be aggressive with your pitches and then just make them pitch to you. I mean, we got a few guys that work the count pretty good. Like Evan Carter is one of those guys, too. I don't know how many lefties. I didn't see that, how many lefties they have.
I didn't look that up, actually.
They got 3 on their roster, so that's good. We'll have Carter in there quite a bit. I imagine Grossman will be in there when a lefty's in there, but
more than likely.
Anyway, just overall as a team, man, we need to make these guys we need to knock them out early. Get to the bullpen early and try to wear those arms out because the bullpen's pretty good, too. So
yeah. Now, the main thing is, for the I will say it makes me nervous because if you think about the entire season, and actually for the Diamondbacks too, I will say that both teams had their bullpen struggles. Both teams' bullpens have really stepped up in the postseason.
Yeah.
Our closer, basically, Leclerc, who's been very good this postseason. He's been great. I mean, we're not here without Leclerc this postseason. It's just the truth.
That's very true. Yeah.
Now, if you asked me that in August, I would have been like, "You're fucking nuts."
Nah, it's like that guy should not be closing games.
Yeah.
We've said that before. You can't put this guy in a high pressure situation.
Yeah,
because he would blow it every time. Mm-hmm. I mean, we blew a lot of saves anyway. Anybody we put in that role was fucking it up.
Yeah.
But during the postseason, man, it's been all Leclerc, and it's been really good to watch.
It has been, and you definitely root for the kid. After, well, he's not a kid really. He's like 29, I think. Something like that. I guess he still is a kid. I'm older than him. Let's put it that way. Anyways, you root for him because of the interviews that he's given, like with Emily Jones after games and like big closing out games or whatever. He's just nothing but thankful.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm blessed to have this opportunity, and you root for somebody like that. He has a great head on his shoulders, and you root for him to be really good. But having said that, it makes me nervous whenever he gets the ball because he walks a lot of people. And that's been like a thing for him. Like, you can't walk people, man. Mm-hmm. It happened in Game 5 of the ALCS. He walked the 9th hitter, and then Altuve hit a 3-run bomb off of him.
Mm-hmm.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
So I'm very nervous. Still on the back end of our bullpen, especially Aroldis Chapman. However, it looks like Bruce Bochy does not have much confidence in Aroldis Chapman because he'll put him in, and then even if he gives up like one fucking guy on base, he's like, all right, get Leclerc in because he needs 5 outs from Leclerc or whatever. That's probably going to happen again.
I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if he asked Leclerc to pitch 2 innings.
Yeah.
And he could do it, but, I mean, I don't know what the fuck happened to Aroldis Chapman, but no one has any trust and faith in that guy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going. I mean, like I said, when we first traded for him, we traded for him like a month or so before the deadline.
Yeah, I think in like June or July, early July.
Yeah, so we had him, and he was great. He would come in and he was just lights out. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what happened once they started going through that slump. He was one of the biggest ones. He couldn't fucking find the strike zone to save his life or nothing, man. It was crazy.
Yeah. Aroldis Chapman makes me nervous.
He hasn't been much better in the postseason, so.
No,
I'm not sure, man. I hate to when he comes out, man. I'm just nervous as shit. I mean, he throws hard. If he could just get over the fucking plate, that would help us out a lot. But
yeah, he's got 4 walks this postseason, 1.42 WHIP, which is not good because you want that guy to pitch 1 inning.
Yeah,
so that's not good. Yeah, it makes me nervous whenever whenever we get in. I will say. Josh Spores has been lights out in that 7th inning role.
Yeah.
He has been, dude. Lights out.
I haven't been mad at Spores at all, dude.
And that's good.
Postseason.
And it's like those guys, Spores, Leclerc, both got like healthy. And this is what they do when they're healthy.
Yeah.
That's what we heard. I don't know what's up with Aroldis Chapman, if he's hurt or what, but hold on to your butts, basically what I'm saying. In any game in the World Series, if it's the 8th inning, and Aroldis Chapman's coming in, hold on to your butts if you're a Rangers fan, because we're all going to be riding that rocky wave and fucking freaking out.
We have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a pretty good idea.
He may walk people or give up hits, but
yeah, he's going to put some base runners on probably.
Hopefully we get the guy that we traded for.
Exactly.
And he just goes lights out on the World Series, but it's a tall task to ask that if based upon the sample size we've gotten so far in the postseason.
Yeah.
Leclerc, again, he's given up runs. He has. He's gotten the job done in the postseason. He's been very good, like I said. He's gotten 3 saves in the postseason. He only had 4 all year, by the way, in the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
He has 3 in the postseason.
We didn't have very many saves as a team.
No, it was pretty bad, actually. But I'm just saying it's funny. 3 in the postseason.
Yeah.
After a full season of only 4.
Exactly, yeah.
And that guy was starting the season as our closer.
Yeah, he was.
We had to turn to Will Smith, which, you know what? I know people are tired of seeing Will Smith, but we wouldn't be here without him either.
Yeah.
With that closer role that he took on, because for a while, Will Smith in that closer role in the season was pretty fucking good.
Yeah, he was.
And so we wouldn't have been in the playoffs without that.
Yeah, he was definitely a part of that hot start we had.
Yeah.
I mean, we were just, the offense was popping, and then the bullpen actually looked pretty good.
Yeah, really.
And the back end of it, yeah. So... But like I said, like we said before, it's a long season. I mean, things happen. You have go through slumps, and then now, I mean, it looks like the bullpen's starting to kind of come back together this postseason, which is nice because that's when you're supposed to do it. It helps out a lot when you bring that shit together in the postseason. So it's the reason why we're here.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see here. So game 1 is tomorrow. We're on live on YouTube. The audio is going to come out on actually tomorrow morning. We're going to drop this tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So, game 1, you have pitching for the Diamondbacks is Zach Allen. He's getting game 1. For the Rangers, Nathan Eovaldi, big game Nate, who thrives under pressure, and in October in the postseason.
He's probably been our best. Him and Montgomery have been our top 2 guys in the postseason.
Absolutely, not hands down.
Yep.
Starters, yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. So, and by the way, they're at the over here in Arlington. So we got home field advantage, which did not mean shit in the ALCS. Hopefully that changes. The Rangers got to win at home, dude. We got to win games at home. If we're going to win the World Series, you got to win at home.
Yeah, I saw the stat that the road teams have dominated this postseason. It was like 614 win percentage. So
I don't get that.
It's not good. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we lost 3 straight in the ALCS to Houston. So we had a great home record during the regular season.
Very good home team.
Yeah.
Very good.
Hopefully that flips back over to our advantage against the Diamondbacks because Houston played really good on the road and they sucked at home. That's why we won 4 games on the road against Houston because they're fucking terrible at home for some reason.
Yeah, they had the worst home record in the league.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they could not win at home. But we have home field advantage, so we have to win at home.
Yes.
And that's that. That's that.
Yeah.
You're going to have to win at home to win the World Series. And that should play better baseball at home. That's it. But for some reason, Houston's an anomaly, bro. They just dominated us in our home ball. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
And I hate that, too, because there's so many Houston fans here. Then they're like, oh, come Astros. I'm like, ugh. Vomit.
Haven't heard much from them lately.
Yeah, they've been rather quiet. Of course, I did bring it up to somebody,
Yeah.
a Houston fan that I know, and he was like, well, think about 2011 and whenever Cruz dropped. I was like, okay, 12 years ago, really? All right, good job.
I saw a guy post on something about, well, we had this many people injured all year. I'm like, they were there in the postseason.
No, I don't. Yeah,
It did. Those injuries didn't affect your postseason
no.
because they were back. Like he said, Altuve missed a lot of time. I'm like, okay, great. Well, he was playing in the postseason. What was your fucking excuse now, bro?
I mean, Altuve.
He killed us, but wasn't enough, bro.
And so did Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah, don't pitch the guy
Yeah,
ever.
I'm glad we don't see that guy till next April. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
So yeah, game one, Zach Gallen versus Nathan Eovaldi. Hopefully the Rangers can get to Zach Gallen, get him out early, get to that bullpen like you said. Hopefully, big game Nate goes out there and gives us what he's done in the postseason, 6-7 innings, and does what he do. I mean, he's 4-0, and in the postseason, 2.42 ERA. He's been lights out.
Yes.
He's been lights out. 28 Ks. Zach Gallen has had a rough postseason. It's kind of up. Phillies lit him up, by the way.
Yeah.
So he's kind of had a rough, but he's still one of those pitchers that can take over and be just fine. I mean, I think in his start against us earlier in the year, he did just fine.
Yeah, I mean, and I would like to see us if we're going to do anything, if we can get to him early, that would be great. But if not, if he's got his stuff, then yeah, I like the whole work the count thing, like I was talking about.
Yeah,
try to make him throw a lot of pitches, and then try to get him out that way. But yeah, he's a tough pitcher to face, though. So.
Like I said, man. And watch this out here. Watch it out there. Watch the Diamondbacks base running. They're going to try to steal a lot.
Yeah.
That's what they do. And so I hope Jonah Heim, I'm not, they know. Mm-hmm. They know. The coaches know.
Yeah.
They know way more than me and Leaf.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's why we're in this position. But Jonah Heim's going to have to be on his game as far as throwing them out. And, they know that Jonah Heim is very, very good at that.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see that small ball type of shit. That Torey Lovello does very well. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. But, very exciting that we're in the World Series even to begin with. Now, as far as the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Texas Rangers franchise history, this is the Arizona Diamondbacks' second time in the World Series. They went in 2001, and they actually won the World Series in 7 games against the New York Yankees. I was watching that. That was a big thing because I think that was the Yankees' 4th trip to the World Series in a row.
Yeah, because they won it 3. That was the year they won it. That was the time they won it 3 years in a row.
Right.
And that was going to be their 4th, and Arizona knocked them off, which, thank God.
I was happy about that.
Yeah.
Because back then, and still to this day, I just don't like the New York Yankees.
Yeah, they were our biggest rival because, every time the very few times we went to the playoffs in 96 and 99, we got murdered by them. It was
like, what was it? Was it 97, 98? I think it was back-to-back, right?
Yeah, no, it was 96.
Okay.
Or, well, maybe, wait, was it 97?
I thought it was back-to-back. Well, we got swept both times.
It was 96 and 97. No, 96. Yeah, because I was a senior in high school. And then 99.
Okay, I thought it was back-to-back. My bad. But anyways, they swept us both times.
Yeah.
It don't matter. There was nothing. But anyways, this is the Arizona Diamondbacks' second time in franchise history going to the World Series.
Yeah.
The last time they were in the playoffs was 2017, and they got swept in the division series. So they hadn't been to the playoffs almost as long as us, dude. And then here we go, both of us going. So this is their second trip to the World Series. As far as the Texas Rangers, I know everybody out there knows. This is our third trip to the World Series. And unfortunately, everybody knows in 2010 we lost to Bruce Bochy, actually, in 5 games. We lost that. And then the next year we went right back to the World Series, and the team was better, actually. They had the experience. And unfortunately, we lost in 7 games to the St. Louis Cardinals. Everyone knows Game 6 was the worst sports performance in history. The worst, not performance overall, but like the worst choke ever.
I think it is, yeah.
Yeah. 2 strikes or 1 strike away twice to win the World Series. And then a fly ball that me and Leaf probably could have caught.
Yeah.
That
Exactly.
Nelson Cruz didn't have any business being out in the outfield.
So, yeah, 96, 98, 99. So, yeah, there was a back-to-back. 98,
Okay.
99.
So 98, 99, that's when we got swept by the Yankees back to back.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
96, I think we won 1 game. And then
Okay.
they proceeded to pummel us after that.
Yeah. Yeah. Basically, we did not like the New York Yankees for that reason.
Exactly.
So, our third trip to the World Series. Leaf, I got to say this before this episode's over because we're not going to be too much longer here.
Yeah, we got Thursday night to go, so.
Thursday night football. But I'm just going to say this right here. This has been a magical run for the Texas Rangers to even get back. And I love the postseason run has been awesome. It's been amazing. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah.
The whole season's been fun. You know, finally we got fun baseball back.
Yeah, we talked about this before. It's like
Yeah.
we haven't seen meaningful baseball in 7 years, man.
Right.
And so just to watch that, just to be in it at the end of the year, and we finally make the playoffs again, and yeah, it's been even with the ups and downs that we had towards the end of the year. I'm like, I mean, at least we're fucking in it, right? Like at least we're doing it. We're like we still have a chance.
Well, we led the division for like 85% of the year.
At this time last year or the last 7 years, we weren't even here talking about this shit. We were just all football. It was all football.
Well, last year at this time we were happy because they fired John Daniels and had already hired Bruce Bochy.
Right.
So we're like, we're making the right moves. Holy shit.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're right. We haven't had any meaningful baseball. But whenever they went out and did Bruce Bochy pitching, I remember last year when spring training started. Well, I say earlier this year. And then the season started. Personally, I could feel change and I could feel something different with Texas Rangers baseball.
Yeah, me too.
And so now I'm not saying that like I obviously didn't think they were going to be in the World Series. Jesus.
No, I didn't either. Yeah.
But I'm happy we're here. It's been a fun season. The postseason's been amazing. 8-0 on the road. They're going to set a record, by the way. The record is 8 wins on the road by the Yankees. We're already at 8. We're going to win a game in Arizona. So we're going to set a record for most road wins in the playoffs. If you don't finish the job and win a ring, it's going to suck, and it's not going to mean shit to me. That's what I'll say. I'll still say it's been a fun season.
Yeah.
But if you don't win a ring, it's not going to mean shit to me.
Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way. You know,
Right.
We're both like that. Because I'm not the fan that's like, oh, at least we made it. Like that, I hate that. I hate that mentality. It's
Right.
bullshit mentality. It's a loser mentality.
Well,
first
we
of all.
didn't. We don't set out to win AL pennants.
Right. Yeah, I'm not collecting fucking pennants or division trophies, dude. I want the bigger one.
Exactly.
And I love this team, dude. The way this team has played and the way it's fought to be here where it's at, I love it. And now when I look back on this season, if they lose it, I'll look back on it and be like, man, that was fun. Didn't finish the job, though. There's still going to be that part of me that's like, okay, doesn't mean like the whole Moneyball quote. Doesn't mean shit if you don't win the last game of the season.
Exactly.
Nobody gives a shit.
And that's the most true statement ever.
Yeah, because that's what it is.
Right.
Arizona's gonna take the trophy, and you got nothing basically.
Right.
I mean, people are gonna say, well, they got there, and I'm like, I don't think that's not my.
We've been
mentality.
there. That was me in 2010.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, at least they got there because fuck, we didn't think that was going to happen.
Oh yeah, we got murder in the World Series.
But then the next year, I was the same way. I was like, now if you don't win it,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean shit to me.
Right.
And that's how I feel this year.
Yeah. I don't want to go to 3 and lose all 3 of them.
Right.
I don't want to be the Buffalo Bills, bro.
It already hurt losing 2, dude.
Right.
The second one, and the way they lost the second one was even worse.
Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, I get it. Yeah, totally. That's the way it should be.
Well,
Like
any realistic fan should be feeling the same way that we feel.
Yeah.
It's fun to be there. It's been a great season. It ain't mean shit if you don't win the last game of the year.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yep.
You know, I hate going to the ballpark and seeing like AL champions 2010, 2011. I'm like, take those fucking down. We didn't win a ring.
Yeah, that don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean anything.
Not to me.
Just means we came up short.
You know, and I hated that. The one thing I did hate about Ron Washington in 2011 after losing the World Series, he got interviewed or like his post game, the exit interview or whatever they do.
Yeah.
He's like, we're still champions. And I'm like, no, you're not.
No.
You're not. You lost.
You just got fucking beat,
and you were stupid for leaving Nelson Cruz in right field when you had Craig Gentry on the bench who could have fucking caught the ball.
Exactly.
So
we're still not bitter about that at all. However.
Well, if they win this one, then that monkey is completely off the back. Dude.
Yeah. It's all over after that.
Exactly.
I could die a happy man at this point.
100%. And
so
I just want to point that out as a Ranger fan. If they don't finish this job and win 4 more games, that doesn't mean shit. This season doesn't mean shit.
All the work they did, it's going to be fun to look back on, but it doesn't fucking matter.
Exactly. That's how I feel as a fan. That's just straight up honesty.
Yeah, me too, man.
And if you don't feel that way, then I'm sorry, because the whole like participation trophy, like clap, they did so well. That doesn't mean shit to me.
No, I don't like that.
So
what do you got, man? I mean, obviously,
that's the last thing I was going to end on.
I know
obviously
who you're going to pick, obviously, but like how many games?
I am going to pick. I've got the Texas Rangers winning this in 7 games.
7.
I think it's going the distance.
Okay.
I really do. I don't think it's going to be. Now I hope that it's quick and the Rangers win, but I don't think it will be. I think this is going to be another hard fought series, dude.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with my original pick before we even started talking about doing this podcast for this thing. I'm going to go Rangers in 6.
Okay. Rangers in 6,
Hopefully.
Rangers in 7. Now, obviously, we're kind of biased. Get over it. Okay?
Of course, yeah.
Now, that's but 7 games. I'm saying, like,
I'm not going to sit here and say Diamondbacks in 5 or whatever.
Yeah, no. Now, I haven't said that. I know that the Arizona Diamondbacks are a very good baseball team.
No, they're a great
and they're
team.
going to put up a fight.
Yeah, they are.
They're not going to go away quiet.
It's not going to be easy.
No.
I feel like if both pitching staffs are on like they have been all postseason, these are going to be close games.
100%.
Hopefully our offense can explode and maybe Garcia stays hot. Seager was hot in Game 7. Hopefully he keeps that streak going.
Yes.
We need Simeon to do a little bit more.
Because before Game 7, Seager had, 1 RBI?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
we need more.
So I'd like to see us kind of explode on them, but I like you said, I think it's going to be hard fought. It could come down all the way to Game 7, but I still think maybe we can do this in 6. So
okay. But either way, both of us think that we're winning the World Series at Globe Life Field.
Bro, I would love that.
That would be amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take it no matter what the fuck.
Yeah, no shit.
But I'm just saying, now one last thing, just to say real quick, like a bold prediction from the series. Do you have like a bold prediction, which is like one of those far-fetched predictions? I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
I got one. My bold prediction is Max Scherzer will be in one of these starts. It's either because I'm pretty sure Max Scherzer is going to get Game 3.
Yeah.
And then that sets him up for Game 7, just like the ALCS. I'll say this right here. Max Scherzer will have a start this World Series like the Cy Young pitcher, Max Scherzer, meaning he's going to go 6-7 innings.
Okay.
That's my bold prediction.
I got a bold prediction for
Okay.
you. My bold prediction. I'm not even drunk.
Dude's had 2 beers.
Yeah, just 2. Bold prediction is Corey Seager is going to go off in this series, and he's going to win the MVP. He's going to be the World Series MVP. He's been there before. He knows how to do it on this stage. I think this is where he opens it up, and he goes off.
I would love that.
Yeah, me too. So that's my prediction. Hopefully, I got my fingers crossed, guys.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
As far as Scherzer goes, I mean, I'm just saying.
But hopefully Garcia does it with him. I would love it. But I think Corey Seager this is where he's going to, I bet he's comfortable in this kind of stage, and he's going to come back and he's going to kind of go off. That's what I'm hoping for.
Okay.
So.
There you go. There's our World Series picks. Well, our preview completely about both teams, our picks, and our bold predictions as we move in. Game 1 is tomorrow. If you're listening on audio, because we are releasing this as an audio,
yes,
it's tonight. Game 1's tonight because we're releasing this on Game 1 day. So hold on to your butts out there with the Rangers. It's going to be stressful every game. Wouldn't have it any other way because guess what? We're still playing baseball. Nobody thought we were going to be here, but it's time to make sure, like I said, get the job done. Finish the fucking job.
Yes.
And hey, real quick, just before we get out of here, want to say I'm so happy that we have Bruce Bochy as our manager because I want to throughout the year, because I text you, So many people wanted that guy gone.
I know. I don't understand it.
Yeah.
This is his third time. This is his fourth time.
Yeah, so he set a record for being the only manager that's taken 3 teams to the World Series.
Yeah. Well, he's the third one that's done that.
Third one?
Yeah.
3 teams?
He's the only one that's been to 4.
Okay. Well,
I believe, right?
Well,
or is Torrey? Torrey's been to 4?
No, I mean, I think he's the only manager to take 3 teams to the World Series. I'm pretty sure that I saw that. So just saying out there. Anyways, I just want to say we're lucky that Chris Young was like, hey, Bruce, come out of retirement because I think you're the guy.
Yeah.
Because we didn't have Chris Woodward. John Daniels was like, oh, yeah, let's hire the guy that's never managed.
Yeah. I mean, and this is, well, you've seen it too. That's part of the reason why we're here too. We've seen that experience in these postseason games because Bruce Bochy's managed a ton of postseason games, obviously.
Yeah, and he's won like 50-something postseason wins.
Yeah, so, I mean.
That's the guy you want.
Yeah.
There.
I don't, like I said before this playoff start, I don't want any other manager taking me into the postseason but this guy because he's done it a lot of times. He's got 3 rings on his fucking fingers.
Exactly.
So, yes, I share that same sentiment, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you didn't like Bruce Bochy in this season during the slump, I'm sure you're eating your words now.
Yeah, you got your shoe in your foot. Or wait.
Shoe in your foot?
your foot in your mouth is what I was trying to say. I am hammered. I get 2 beers.
Dude, he said 2 beers.
2 beers and I'm gone, bro.
What a great way to end the episode of the World Series for you.
Dude, I guarantee if you went to listen to every episode, there's somewhere where I fuck up every
Oh, God, me too. I've listened to our episodes at the day.
I said switch the flip one time or something like that.
Dude, I listened to our episodes of the day. I'm like, God, I've made error after error on this episode.
So, yeah, get your shoe in your foot, Bruce Bochy haters. Anyway.
I love it.
Go
dude.
Rangers, bro.
Yeah.
I'm fucking pumped.
All right, well, we're going to get out of here on this episode, the World Series preview. Yeah, appreciate if you hung out. And on YouTube Live, thank you so much. YouTube.com/@Eskimo Brothers Podcast. And then again, this episode, we'll put out audio as well, Spotify, Apple, all that fun stuff. Make sure you listen out there for us. And then we'll be back on Sunday with a brand new actual podcast episode, like the normal podcast episode. But we wanted to do this today because, it's not every day the Rangers are in the World Series.
Exactly.
12 years.
And then on Sunday when we do our we record our other podcast, we'll do the rest of we'll recap the first 2 games and then kind of preview the next because when we record that episode, the series will be over before we record again. So
that's very true.
Then we'll talk about hopefully that
if the Rangers win the World Series, that next following episode, we'll do some crazy shit.
It would be drunk.
Yeah.
We'll be celebrating.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we might be hungover, but we'll still be celebrating. I'll be hungover for 8 days in a row.
Yeah.
I don't care.
We were so ready to fucking celebrate after that Game 6.
2011. Yeah.
God
help us all.
So we didn't they took that from us. So if
we need it again.
If they close it out this time, we're going to make up for it.
We'll do something fun. It may not be on the podcast episode, but we'll record and it'll be on the socials for sure.
Oh yeah.
So make sure you follow us out there. All right. So there you go. World Series episode. If you're at, I'll take this next part out, I guess. But anyways, we'll be back for Thursday Night Football in about 30 minutes on YouTube. So do not go anywhere. Well, I mean, take a break like we are.
Yeah.
And then come back for Thursday Night Football stream, which is going to be more laid back, obviously, as you know.
Right. 30 minutes?
Exactly.
7 o'clock. All right.
7 o'clock.
Let's do it.
So we appreciate you out there. Hopefully you enjoyed the World Series preview episode. Go Rangers. Let's fucking go, baby.
Let's go, baby.
Cheers.
This has been another episode of the Eskimo Brothers Podcast. Thank you for listening, and be sure to follow or subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast streaming service. And until next time, remember, an Eskimo Brothers bond is worth more than gold.